fault classification. Okay. So what is a fault classification? It is visible. Okay. So there is a classification of fault. Okay. So fault are two types. One is short circuit fault and second one is open circuit fault. Okay. So short circuit is again there are line to ground fault, line to line fault, line to line to ground fault. There may be triple line fault or there may be three phase fault. Okay. So these are called unsymmetrical fault. Okay. And these two are called symmetrical fault. Okay. And another one is open circuit fault, one conductor open circuit. Okay. Or two conductor open circuit. One conductor open circuit or two conductor open circuit. Okay. Or if there is a three conductor open circuit, then your system is disconnected. So that is not a fault. Okay. It means you are isolated from the system. So there are only two types of fault. One is one conductor fault and second one is two conductor fault. So this is the classification of faults. Okay. What is the purpose of studying these faults? What is the aim? So write aim. What is the aim? To design protection system. To design protection system. Okay. We are studying fault to design protection system. Okay. So what are the protection systems? There is a relay and circuit breaker. Okay. Relay operate based on minimum fault current. Okay. So it will operate on IF minimum. Okay. Relay will operate at minimum fault current. Okay. And circuit breaker will operate at IF maximum. Okay, maximum fault current. Why it is maximum? If there is increase in current, then there is if current is increased, okay, this consequence current density will increase, and if current density will increase, then electric field will increase. If electric field will increase, then air between these circuit breaker contact points will ionize and it will produce arc. Okay. So in that way, we are studying these are unsymmetrical fault and symmetrical fault. Okay. So these two we are studying in detail. These are also okay. So let us start. Before analyzing fault, we have to assume certain assumptions. Okay. So what are the assumptions? Okay. So we are assuming certain approximations. Okay. The first assumption. Assumptions to study faults. Okay. First assumption. Okay. It is visible? No. You can see board. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first assumption is we are assuming synchronous machine by an EMF which is behind the synchronous reactance. This is this and this is. I am assuming during fault this is subtransient reactance. Okay, I will tell you what is the meaning of this. Okay, and there is EMF. So we are replacing synchronous machine by a source of EMF with a reactance. Okay, and that is called subtransient reactance. I will tell you what is the meaning of this. Okay, when I am explaining symmetrical fault. Okay. Second assumption is that shunt element in transmission line is neglected. Okay. So we are neglecting shunt element in transmission line. Okay. That is, shunt capacitance is neglected during study of fault. Okay. And third assumption is what? We are assuming load is short circuited. Okay, means there is no load current. Load current is 0. Okay. And fourth assumption is under fault condition we are assuming, okay, fault during fault we are assuming no load condition. Okay. So fault under no load condition for under no load condition we are assuming this current IA. Through this current will flow. Okay, IA, armature current. Okay, so that is called pre-fault condition. Okay, so we are assuming IA 0 means this terminal is open circuit. Okay, this is a pre-fault condition. Before fault. Okay, so if you apply KVL here, so what is the voltage? This is the generated voltage. This is plus minus. This is your terminal voltage. What is the E? E is what? Generated voltage VT minus IA into JX. Okay, or JX IA. If IA is 0, it means this term will become 0. So we are getting VT at pre-fault condition. Okay. Under fault condition, this value will increase. Okay. So this voltage is also decreases because VT minus I. So this voltage, if there is a fault, okay, then IA is increases suddenly. Okay. This is in case of generator. Okay. This equal to this. Okay. Just listen. This is if you are applying KVL, then this is plus minus. Okay. So this voltage equal to this drop plus this drop. Okay. So there is plus and not minus. Okay. In case of generator, okay, this is a case of generator case. So if you are, if there is a fault, then current IA will increase under fault. IA will increase. Okay. If IA will increase, then this is constant because generator voltage is constant. So if IA increases, then VT will decrease. Okay, or we can say if IA decreases, then VT will increase. Okay, so these conditions we will analyze in fault. Okay. But in case of motor, it is just reverse case. Okay, so motor have a different case. Okay, just reverse. Okay, what is the circuit of motor? There is a terminal. Okay, there is a reactance. There is a motor voltage EM. Okay, this is a suppose E generated. Okay, and this is a EM. If suppose fault occur at this point, okay, here JX motor reactance. Okay, then if we are finding IF fault current, okay, what is the fault current in this case? Simple. IF equal to EM by X. Okay. So synchronous motor act as a generator. Why? Because it will, this rotor will store kinetic energy, because it is initially it is operating. Okay, so it will have certain kinetic energy in rotor. So that energy, that prime mover will feed back to the energy, okay, from the source where it is drawing energy. Okay, during fault it is behaving as a generator. Okay, initially it will taking energy, but during fault, due to this voltage is going to zero, so it is feeding power to this point. Okay, source point. And for fifth assumption is, this is sixth assumption. Sixth assumption is we are neglecting induction motor. Why we are neglecting induction motor? Because it will not have any field excitation. Okay, it means it has to draw entire reactive power from the supply to generate the flux. It means it is operating at lagging power factor. If there is any short circuit, the supply current IM equal to 0. It means magnetizing current is 0. Okay, so there will be no excitation. Hence, we can say induced EMF will be 0 under faulty condition. Okay, therefore, induction machine is neglected in fault analysis. However, in generator, the speed is constant. Okay, therefore, frequency is also constant under faulty condition. Okay, so now let me see one by one fault. Okay, so before we are analyzing fault, since if you have a three-phase system, then you require how many equations? Okay, let us show one example in front of you. If you have a three-phase system, okay, like 3 generators, okay, then there is a load, 3-phase load, okay, like suppose these are connected in this way. Okay, this is a BA voltage, BB voltage, BC voltage. Okay, suppose these are, and this is BA voltage, this is BB voltage, this is BC voltage. Okay. So if you are writing ACL for this system, how many variables you are getting? To evaluate. Okay, so if you are solving this equation, okay, so if you are applying KVL, then you are getting this term, then there is this term, okay. So total 9 variables you are getting here, okay. So to solve this problem under faulty condition, because if this is balanced, what is the meaning of balance? Balanced system or symmetrical system? Can anyone define what is the meaning of symmetrical system or balanced system? It means their phase magnitude are same. First condition, magnitudes are same, and second one, all the phases are displacement 120 degree apart or from each other. It means all the phases are displaced from each other by an angle 120 degree. Okay? Phase A displaced from phase Y, phase A displaced from phase B by 120 degree. Similarly, B from C by 120 degree, and okay. So consecutive phases are displaced by 120 degree. Okay, it means I can represent in that way. This is a phase A, this is a phase B, this is a phase C. Okay, so all these phases have same magnitude. It means the length of these three phases are same, as well as angle between these three phases consecutive is 120 degree. This will also have 120 degree. This will also have 120 degree. Okay. So consecutive phases have phase displacement of 120 degree. Okay. So this is the meaning of balanced or symmetrical system. What is unsymmetrical system? If any phase magnitude or angle will change from this same magnitude or angle. Okay. Any one condition will change from these two, then that is called unbalanced system. Either magnitude may be different or phase angle may be different. So that system required, if I solve here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and this is suppose Newton, okay, and there is also a branch impedance, okay, all three phases have a branch impedance also. So how many variables we are getting? 1, 2, okay, voltage and current 3, 4, okay. So if you writing these equations, then all three phases have a three variables: voltage, current, and impedance. Okay. So total nine variables we are getting. Okay, which are difficult to solve. Okay. So there is a theorem which help us to solve the unbalanced system. Okay. So unbalanced system, if anybody want or if anybody asks what is the unbalanced system, then how you will define? If there is any difference in the magnitude or phase angle of a three-phase system, then that system is unbalanced system. Okay. So there is a Fortescue theorem which help us to solve unbalanced system. Okay. Unbalanced system, okay, can be solved by using Fortescue theorem. Okay. So this unbalanced system broken up into three set of balanced system. Okay. So this unbalanced system broken up into three set of balanced system that are called positive sequence, negative sequence, and zero sequence. Positive sequence component, negative sequence component, and zero sequence component. Okay. Positive sequence means this is same as our original system sequence. Okay. Our original system have a phase sequence. Suppose this is a voltage, then this is a phase voltage, B phase voltage and C phase voltage. Okay. And these all three phasor, this phasor, this phasor, this phasor, these three phasor have a same magnitude and angle from each other 120 degree apart. Means phase A and B have a angle 120 degree, phase A and C have a angle 120 degree, and B, C have a phase angle 120 degree. Okay. And their sequence is like that: BA, BB, BC, like BA, then BB, then BC, then C. Okay. The order in which they are achieving their maximum value is called phase sequence. Okay. Voltage magnitude in which sequence they are achieving their maximum phase values. Okay. It means first phase A will achieve maximum value, then phase B will achieve maximum value, then phase C will achieve maximum value. Okay. That is the meaning of phase sequence. Okay. The order in which they are achieving their maximum value. What is negative phase sequence? Just opposite of positive phase sequence. Okay. So that is, suppose phase A is here, then phase B will be opposite. You can interchange any two phases, okay, B or C, okay, or B or A, any phase you can interchange. That is called negative phase sequence. Okay, it means this is phase A, this is phase B, C. So ACB is what? Negative phase sequence. Okay. Zero phase sequence, it means there is no phase displacement between these three phases. Okay. So zero phase sequence means all have a phase displacement zero. So BA is here, then BB is also here, then BC is also here. All three phases are parallel. It means there is no phase displacement between these three phases. That is called zero phase sequence. Okay. So Fortescue tells us how to analyze unbalanced system. Okay. And you have already studied balanced system, that is three-phase system. Okay. So three-phase system can be analyzed based on per phase. Okay. So you have already studied BA, line voltage equal to √3 times phase voltage. Okay. Similarly, line current equal to √3 times phase current in case of delta. Okay. So star delta connection already you have studied. Okay, three-phase system. But in this unit we will study unbalanced system. Okay. So how do I represent positive sequence, negative sequence voltage? Okay. So I will represent in that way. This positive sequence represented by subscript 1, negative sequence represented by subscript 2, and zero sequence represented by subscript 0. Okay. In that way, I will represent sequence voltage and sequence currents. Okay. So now let us represent the unbalanced system. Okay. When system is unbalanced, then there is a fault or there is a magnitude difference in three phases of the three-phase system, or their phase angle difference from 120 degree to different. Okay, that is 90, 40, 135. Okay. So unbalanced system can be analyzed by sequence. Okay, what is the sequence? Positive, negative, and representation. Okay, how do I represent? And there is a voltage and current. So sequence 1 means positive. Okay, when I am representing 1, it means positive sequence. It is represented by positive sequence. Okay. Positive sequence represented by 1, And if you are writing voltage, then this is a VA1, VV1, VC1. Okay. So there are three phases: VA, VV, VC. So VC1. Similarly, current IA1, IB1, IC1. Okay. Three currents I am representing in that way. If I am representing negative sequence, then it is represented by subscript 2. Okay. Here I am writing 1. So all three phases, phase A, phase B, phase C, all three phases represented by A, B, C voltages, and put subscript 2. That is 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. So these are negative sequence voltages. Okay. Similarly, I put here also IA2, IB2, IC2. Okay. So these are the currents of three phases. Okay. Phase A, phase B, phase C. These are the negative sequence currents. Okay. Now we have to write zero sequence. Okay. Here I am writing 0, represented by 0. Okay. So I am writing VA0, VB0, VC0. Similarly, here I am writing IA0, IB0, IC0. Okay. So these are the zero sequence currents. If you are represented by phasor, then how you will represent positive? All three phases have a same magnitude: BA, BB, sorry, this is BC, this is BB, and all three phases have a same phasor length, phasor A, B, C. Okay, and all phasor have a 120-degree angle. This will also have 120 degree. This will also have 120 degree. Okay. I think it is visible. Okay. Similarly, you can write negative. Negative means BA is here, BA2, BB2 here, BC2 here. I am just changing position, phase A and phase B and phase C. Okay. So these are the BA1, BC1. Okay. One subscript represent positive, 2 represent negative. And how do I represent 0? There is no phase displacement between three phases. Okay. So all phases have a same sequence, means their phase displacement is 0. So BA0, BB0, BC0. Okay. Since these three phases are balanced, positive, negative, 0. All these three phases are balanced phases, therefore their magnitude are same. It means this, BA2, B, B2, BC2, all three phases have a same length, means same magnitude. Similarly, these BA1, BB1, BC1 have a same phasor length. It means these all three phases have a same phasor length. Similarly, these three phases have a same phasor length. It means these are the three set of balanced zero sequence component. Okay. In next class, we will see how do we analyze power system under faulty condition using these phasor component, positive, negative, 0. Okay.